Hello, welcome and welcome back. I'm JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial based out of New York City, and I'm on the road to financial freedom using the cash-based budgeting system. If that's something that you're interested in and joining me on this journey, then please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Today is my very first Budget with Me video, so I'm very excited for that. We'll be budgeting the first paycheck for January, as well as having a clean slate going into 2026. So thank you for everyone who actually watched those last videos I had uploaded. I really appreciate it. It's a new year, new opportunities, and there's a lot going on in the world, and we just have to continue to stay focused on what we're doing and still be engaged in where we can be, but just know that saving the world does not fall on your shoulders. Making sure that you do have a plan in place is very important so that you know how to manage your money and your prospects for this coming year. Okay, so we're going to get into this. So I have some trackers here because we're going to update some of the binders with the new information for this coming paycheck. This is a notebook that I decided that I'm going to be writing in when it comes to these budget with me's, because I don't really want to do a lot of scribbling notes and numbers in this. This is the weekly planner. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I really don't want to mess with the integrity of this too much. We're going to look into this pretty soon. But as a quick preview, you can see that I've already done the numbers because honestly, I'm not here trying to waste anyone's time. We have the calculator here to make sure that everything adds up. I want to talk about some goals I have set out for 2026, how I intend to actually use my budget going forward. I recently became certified to be a life coach. That was a project that I was working on this past year. Huge part of it is actually trying to practice what I'm trying to integrate for my clients. So at the beginning of the year, I decided to write down 13 mantras or affirmations that I'm going to take with me throughout the year. Something you can easily do yourself. I mean, you don't have to be witty to come up with anything. You literally can just go Google something that speaks to you. It could be something that a friend has mentioned, a scripture or whatever that speaks to you, but it's really just a catalyst to help draw things to you, right? So the mind is so powerful. Our mind shapes our reality. What we think really does shape our reality. So what we tell ourselves has a huge impact in how we perform and interact with others. I'll just quickly share with you my 13 affirmations. This won't take long, I promise. But my first one is, I am strong, I am capable, I am brave, I embrace courage to face adversity, I am an eternal well of inner knowledge, I am aligned with my intended path, I accept things not in my control and control what I can accept. I am fearless in expressing my truth and pursuing my passions. I focus on progress, not perfection. I cherish connections that only bring joy and harmony to my life. I appreciate how far I've come and honor my efforts. I am a source of comfort and support to others. There's an asterisk next to that. I'll get to it. I embrace all parts of myself with compassion and care. I am a passionate and dynamic individual, fueling my creativity and leaving a lasting impact on the world. I choose to focus on positivity, resilience, and limitless potential, attracting success and abundance into all areas of my life. Now, there is an asterisk on the other one because the whole thing actually is, I am a source of comfort and support to others, spreading love and kindness wherever I go. If any of these spoke to you, you can use these as well as something that you can use as a tool as part of your 2026 goals. Those were my yearly reminders. Now, these are my yearly goals. Improve health. I can definitely work to lose weight. Improve sleep schedule. I have terrible insomnia, or it's not really insomnia. It's just like my brain does not want to shut down. And it's not even that I'm missing anything, but it just ping pongs from one thing to the next at the worst time. Definitely want to get that under control. Fully fund my emergency fund, which I am projecting for 3 months. We'll talk about more of that later. Get a storage unit. This is huge. This actually is going to free up some space and rework our space so both of us are comfortable in it. Right now, my apartment feels like a storage unit, so we got to change that. And part of the strategy to change that is to downsize my collection. That certain chapters have closed in this past year, I really am trying to reorientate and just kind of put front and center things that bring me joy in my collection. So that doesn't mean everything under the sun. Continue to pay down my debts. Y'all, I was doing good halfway last year and then got derailed as soon as we started getting towards the holiday season. It's going to be critical because I am also trying to prep to launch my business. Now, I'm trying to scale my business for sure, making sure that I actually put that certification to use and that it wasn't just something that I went down that path and okay, that's fun. Well, that certificate cost over $2,000. It's not even guilt out of the fact that it cost $2,000 and some change, but it's just like, no, I had something and I really want to see it through and want to see how far I can go with that. The reason I have such confidence in this is because you wear many hats to connect with your students. So I have nearly 10 years experience as being a personal dance instructor. And as a personal dance instructor, specifically in ballroom dancing and Latin dancing, is what makes me confident in translating that into this new endeavor. Next goal is to read 12 books. That means 1 book a month, if possible. That is my goal. I may not get there, but we are going to read a book a month because I need to get away from my phone. Less screen time for sure. I actually used to love to read, but I just dropped off. And a lot of people who used to love to read have dropped off. So I feel like we got to get back to that. Another goal is to get more involved with my community. Since COVID, I've just not been in the mood to like get myself in a crowd and really just kind of connect with people. Also, I've made up a bunch of excuses why I can't connect with people in New York. And I'm trying to get myself out of that. My orbit is very, very small. And I don't feel like there's enough time for me at this moment to split more of my attention elsewhere for somebody else when I feel like I have so many things on my plate already. So if like a new person comes into my life as a friend, it has to have like some peak value to it. And unfortunately, you know, if it's just someone who's interested in hanging out, partying, or doing things that I'm not interested, then it's really not going to like suffice. So plugging with my community also means, you know, trying to like find organizations that are actually making a positive impact in the city. That is something that I will be continuously working on. And I'll update y'all to see if that is something that was able to happen. Another goal is to maintain and improve the relationships that I already have. Again, I really am like in the rat race for myself. Like I doing this, I come home, I do domestic stuff. And I'm not the person that will reach out to people, like call you, hey, how are you doing? That's just not me. Definitely want to improve that, you know, because you just never know where people are at. And your phone call, your conversation, your message, your letter, you know, can make the biggest difference. And the last thing is to learn a new skill. I'm telling you, these are major goals for me, but learning a new skill, and I think I want to delve into trying to pick up Salesforce. So learning a new skill as far as like improving my arsenal in making me more valuable when it comes to the job market. I'm an office administrator for a law firm, and I report to HR and the attorney here in Brooklyn. So I've been doing that for about 3 years now, and it's been wonderful, and it's actually not extremely demanding. So I do have time to learn a new skill. My new skill last year was to get my life coaching certification. This year, I'm going to focus on Salesforce. In the mindset of being an entrepreneur and growing my net worth and really trying to live a life where financial freedom doesn't just mean a freedom from the burden of debt, but like really like able to pursue my passions because of such a solid foundation. Money does play into what you can and cannot do, whether you like it or not. So I really want to maintain my lifestyle and increase it and enjoy really the best of the best as much as I can. So maintaining that focus to achieve those things really is how the cash budgeting system is allowing me to see that for myself. Before, it really was YOLO, like whatever, like, you know, the world's on fire, what do I care? Retirement doesn't really seem real or something that should be on the forefront. And it's not right now, but I want to be able to say like that is not something that isn't for me. And I think a lot of people do a lot of self-talk of themselves out that, oh, that is over there, it's for them. That's not for me. and everyone has their own version of happiness. So the cash budgeting system definitely has put all that into perspective for me. So here we are for the month. Love this calendar, has a lot of great things on it. I love what they highlight here. Like on the 13th, it's National Sticker Day. How cute. But you can see here in the margin, I wrote down my upload schedule because I did tell y'all that I do plan on having more videos out for y'all. After this video, which is going up on Wednesday, should be Wednesday. Friday is the payday, January 9th. But you won't see an upload till Sunday, January 11th. Okay, that's when the first cash stuffing will be available to watch. And then you're going to go ahead and come to the 17th on Saturday, because that's where you're going to go ahead and see my first savings challenge. So Saving Saturdays. So I'm going to be doing that series. I'm going to go ahead and do a roll and save. So I'm really excited for that. And then the next budget with me for the second paycheck will be on the 21st, which is on a Wednesday. So I think that's what the day I'll be most comfortable with submitting them will be. The Wednesday before payday is the budget with me. Then the next cash stuffing will be the following Sunday on the 25th for paycheck number 2. And then you'll have the next Saving Saturday with me on January 31st. So make sure you have that bell notification set to all so you're notified when those videos go up. So this is the week that we're in. I haven't written anything down yet. I don't have any fancy stickers or planner stuff like that, like for a happy planner thing. Washi tape, I will love to have some of that in the future to make this more visually appealing. But at the end of the day, it's not on my top priority list. But I will start filling this in with items to just to have a reinforcement of what's due, because I don't want to be always on my phone. So I can have something to refer to. And you can see I wrote in the margins, I am strong, I am capable, I am brave. So I did that for every coming week so that that mantra continues throughout the month. I'm going to go ahead and fill out this budget sheet and I'll explain everything as we go along. Starting with the bills binder, the first thing we have is the rent. And that's going to come out to $457. So that's going to be 4 100s, 150, a 5, and 2 ones for 7. Then we're going to go into the utilities. We have the electric, which is going to be $50. So I'm going to just put 1 in the 50 column. The internet is also going to be $50. Put 1 in the 50 column. It's a little deja vu. Gas is going to be $27. So we're going to put mark for 120, 5, 2 ones for 7. Then we're going to cash stuff for Mint Mobile. My gosh, it's already here. That's going to be 120. So that's going to be a 1 and a 20. Even though I put it down here, I don't think I am going to actually cash stuff that on camera and leave it in the account because it's actually due the 8th. And I don't get paid till the 9th. So I'm going to have to pay it that morning, So I'm not going to wait until I can actually take all the cash out from the bank and then make a video, all that nonsense. So, put it down there just so we know that's coming. Then we're going to move into the groceries. And this time I bumped up the amount to $310. The reason I did that is because food is probably some of the most expensive things you can buy outside of rent in New York City. So I just want to be a little bit more realistic when it comes to that. Just come to terms I have to up the ante when it comes to the groceries. I'm going to split that in half. So we have $155 per week. So we need 2 100s, 2 50s, and 2 5s. Subscriptions is tricky because I originally had a number and I actually just canceled my Disney Plus, so that's gone. But I also want to replace that with support for Patreon for my friends. They have a Stranger Things podcast, but they're great ladies. I love them to death. They're really good friends. And I just love to be able to support the channel because I can. I want to categorize the Patreon support into the subscriptions. But for now, we're just going to budget $30. So I'll need 120 and a 10. So let me go ahead and update these trackers. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the credit cards. We're gonna start with the Capital One, and we are gonna go ahead and pay the Platinum. Sorry for the shaking. Now this one is due January 16th, and I'm just gonna do the minimum payment of $25. I decided that I'm going to be doing the minimum payment for the foreseeable future so I can address other pressing matters as well in the meantime. Again, the credit card companies, they're going to get their money, I promise. They're going to get it. But I too must be able to manage accordingly. It's not ideal just doing the minimum. I mean, again, if something frees up, then I'll throw more money at it. But for now, that's what we're going to do. We're doing the credit one because we have a payment due on the 13th for the card ending in 7230. And that's going to come out to $68 because of the stupid interest for my stupid shopping. Got a 50, we have a 1, a 5, and $3 for 8. Then we have another one for 6195 for credit one. Credit ones, man, they're crazy. And that's going to be $34. So even though that's due on the 20th, I want to knock it out now. So this is going to be $120, a 10, $4. Then we're going to address the Ally, and that's going to have a minimum payment of $27 because that's due on January 13th. So Ally, I do a 20, 5, 2 ones. And we're going to go ahead and these pay for 4 payments. We have a Klarna payment, which is the hotel, and that's going to be $153. This payment is technically due in February, but we're trying to get it over with. So that's 100, a 50, and 3 bills. Then we have our firm payments. We have a Culture Fly, and this is going to be $15. This is going to be the final payment for that, so that's exciting. Clear that off. So that's a 1 for the 10 and 1 for the 5. Pop Mart, y'all. No regrets, no regrets. They're adorable. The Skull Panda Wednesdays are adorable. And that's going to be $33. This is the 3rd payment out of the 4th payment, so we're going to get there. 120, a 10, and 3 ones. Botanic, this is the hair loss treatment. Natural, good stuff. This order hasn't come in yet, so I can't really talk about it, but I'm excited. So $25 here for this payment, so it's a 20 and a 5. It's also the 3rd payment out of 4. And Salud. Salud is kind of like LV Liquid, you know what I'm talking about? So super cool. I had the horchata flavor already. I love it. I'm looking forward to more. I got a bunch of flavors. But anyway, the payment for that is $42 because I spent a lot of money on that product. $42, and that's going to be 2 20s and 2 ones. And then savings challenges, we're going to put aside $50. That to me is going to be the minimum that I'm going to put aside to have some of these saving challenges go forward. So that way, you know, we got something. We start small. I mean, I know I was doing 100 here, 100 there, and it wasn't working out. So trying to be a little more succinct here. So I'm going to do 5 5s and 25 ones. That's the format that I'm going to be comfortable starting with. Then we have taxes, okay, because those taxes got to get paid before the new tax season. I mean, who already has a W-2? I do. But I honestly am looking to see if I'm going to file an extension and, you know, go into that whole movement. Again, a little more research needs to be done, but I'm heavily more in favor now of just, you know, maybe filing my taxes late this time because our tax dollars are not being put to good use right now. And so that is another form of my mini protest going forward is that. But the current taxes are state taxes that I owe. So I don't mind. New York is doing great things. So that's going to be $134. Where did I get that number? It is something that I came up with to manage everything else. So that would be 100, a 20, a 10, and 4 ones. And then there is a leftover of $50. And I'm going to call that the buffer because come payday, I'll have a clear idea of like what needs more. Maybe there's an extra thing attached to the Mint Mobile. I don't know. So $50 is going to be there. Maybe I can actually do an extra payment towards one of the credit cards or whatnot, but the buffer is going to be $50. So I'm just going to put 150 and we'll see how that turns out. So we have 900, 400 in total under the 50s, $220 for the 20s, $70 under 5s, and then 50 in 1s. Mathin'? Let's see here. Because Lord knows, I have got every number wrong in the past. Because I just don't know what it is. But hallelujah! 1,700. Yes. This is what people mean by a zero-based budget, is because every dollar is assigned. So I'll just write the total here, 1,700, and the date of the payday. Off camera, I'm going to add these up individually. I probably should have done it before this, but whatever. And once I do that, then I can transfer that information over to my teller note. I have to print out another page because I'm running out of these. So this is my version of the teller note. Everyone can have their own. It could just be a post-it note. It doesn't have to be this. But I do enjoy the reaction from the tellers when they receive one. They really do appreciate it. That was pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and update the trackers for the credit cards off camera. So we've been here a minute already, so I don't want to take up any more of your time. I thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to all my new subscribers. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with somebody you think that might like it. I hope you all continue to have a successful and safe January going forward, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.